Can you eat beans if you have kidney disease? Yes, and here's what you need to know. I'm Michelle Crosmer. I'm a registered dietitian and a specialist in renal nutrition, and this is Plant-Based Kidneys Kitchen. Beans and legumes are healthy and kidney protective. They are a great source of fiber and plant protein for the kidneys. Where people get a lot of misinformation around beans is because of the potassium and phosphorus content of them. So first of all, the phosphorus in beans is minimally absorbed. You want to check out my other video on phosphorus and kidney disease for more info on why that is, but it's typically not a concern with beans. Now for potassium, while some beans are very high in potassium, like Adzuki beans or Great Northern beans, many beans are actually lower to moderate in potassium. And while many people with kidney disease don't even need to limit potassium, and they actually shouldn't limit potassium, there's also a lot of people that do. So I want to make this video the most relevant to all people with different stages of kidney disease. So let's talk about the beans that are low to moderate in potassium and compare them. Now, when I provide the nutrition content right now, I'm talking about a half cup portion of cooked beans. And this is info for beans that are cooked from dry. You can totally use canned beans, and they're usually lower in potassium because of the canning process. But you want to get a low sodium option, and if you drain and rinse them, then you'll remove even more sodium. So let's go through this list. I'm going to go from the lowest potassium to the most moderate potassium. So green peas have 88 milligrams of potassium and 3.5 grams of fiber. Fava beans, 174 milligrams potassium with 3 grams of fiber. Black-eyed peas, 238 milligrams of potassium and 5.5 grams of fiber. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, 239 milligrams of potassium and 6 grams of fiber. Mung beans, 269 milligrams of potassium and 7.5 grams of fiber. Peruano or Peruvian beans, 288 milligrams of potassium and 9 grams of fiber. And black beans, 305 milligrams of potassium and 7.5 grams of fiber. Now for this list, I included legumes that are about 300 milligrams potassium or less per serving, but there are a lot of legumes that are in the mid 300 milligrams potassium that can easily fit into a low to moderate potassium diet too. You just might need to adjust the portion depending on what else you consume and what your potassium needs are. But some of these mid 300 beans are kidney beans, pinto beans, and lentils, and these are used in a lot of really great recipes. One thing to keep in mind is if you don't typically eat beans, you want to add them to your diet slowly and in small amounts. They're packed with fiber, and if you all of a sudden start eating a half a cup of beans or a cup of beans and you weren't used to eating them, then you can become bloated and gassy and think that you can't tolerate it. So start by just adding 1 to 2 tablespoons to some meal of your day and then slowly increase it over a few weeks. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water as you add more fiber to your diet. The other thing is that beans and lentils can be used to make plant-based burger patties, meatballs, meat sauces for pasta, falafel. They can be blended to make a hummus type of dip or like a paste to spread on a sandwich or a wrap. They can be added to soups, salads, stir-fry dishes, and bowls. They are so versatile, and they should definitely be a part of your kidney-friendly and kidney-protective diet.